inputs from every one of you. How was the session, entire session, how did it went? Good, bad, ugly. How many good? How many very good? How many ugly? So, good, you can raise your hands. Very good? Very, very good? कोई भी नहीं, एक दो. Ugly? कोई भी नहीं है. चलो. So overall Abbas, पैसा वसूल, सारे लोग खुश. Okay, may we request Mr. G, see, we have our chief guest of the evening and he doesn't need any introduction except that of only one word, that he is Mr. G.P. Rao. Sir, may I request you to come on the dais and address the funda, faster, louder, longer, comes from him.
It's working? Right. Good evening. Yeah, I know fag end of the day, but I don't see tired faces, but I see faces with a few, still some question marks. See, what will a chief guest say at the end of the day? We could have taken a robo to give a concluding address kind. Well, whenever I interact with a team on AI or analytics or automation or anything, the general concerns or question marks or people want to, with a negative mindset, they raise a few things. Let me share with you initially, then let's not come at the end. They said, we have so much of natural intelligence. Why this artificial intelligence? No. Is our natural intelligence in wanting that we need artificial intelligence? The second concern people express is, why should we spend so much of money in technology? Anyway, technology is going to be obsolescent. The one that we invest today, it may not hold good after 2 years, 3 years. Why invest money? That will be the second concern. The third concern they say is, by bringing in automation, are we giving away the power of relationship, the power of personal touch? That is the third concern. The fourth concern they raise is, what will happen to the employment? Are we, by adopting automation, AI, anything else, and in the process, contribute to negatively to the nation building? So these are the concerns. Do you have any other concern? These are the concerns normally I get. I talked about natural intelligence versus artificial intelligence, cost of automation or cost of AI. Third, the fear of obsolescence. The fourth is the fear of losing employment. Do you see any other concern? Anybody? So that the next few lines I'll talk about what to do. Any other concern has anybody got? How to manage. So, how to manage so many things? I mean, is it very complicated, cumbersome? That's one. Yeah.
If everybody start talking to technology only, they may forget how to talk to humans.
Okay, right. So these are the concerns. This is the background. Okay. Now we should now talk about. See, it's always professionals, people who are pragmatic, who are practical, people who have used their money in business. Sometimes somebody else's money and I run business. So many of nowadays the professionals are owners. They work like owners in the companies. I'm not talking of the real owners. Even the professionals, they come and work as owners in the business. So they want to see that the money that we are using, it has to be leveraged. So first thing I want to clarify, we should not allow any more debates by any other organizers whether we should do automation, we should use artificial intelligence or not. Let's conclude that. There should not be any debate. There is no choice. If you don't use, you will be left behind. If you don't use, you cannot be in the competition. If you don't use, you are not in business. So first debate, let us be interested, artificial intelligence, automation, robots, all that technology, big analytics, they have come in to stay and we must adopt. That's it. No choice. That's my thing. Number two is how do we leverage that at the optimum cost. That is second point. So the optimum cost is smaller companies, MSMEs, mid-sized companies which can't afford so much of investment should look for shared services. Shared services. That is number one. Number two, those who are worried about how to supervise the complicated system or a complex structure, they should go for gig economy people, gig employees for their supervision, for those controls, the controls use it. That means it is a hybrid model. You are not giving everything to an AI, you are not giving everything to a shared supplier, you have somebody. And for that somebody who will take care of the supervision and control and optimizing the cost, he can be a gig employee. So you save that money. Now the next one is, what about the obsolescence? Once you go for the shared services system, where you have got a SLA, all the upgradation is at their cost. All the training is at their cost. So I'm not talking on behalf of shared services, I'm talking on behalf of the employers now. Employers, when I give consultation to them, I will tell you how to inbuild that cost for the upgradation, inbuild the cost for training and all. That's what they do it. When you negotiate, you must negotiate for that. Next 5 years, any upgradation should be free, any training should be free. Any hand-holding is free, any change in the curriculum is free, any change in the law is free. All that you should negotiate with them when you take the shared services. Now, the last thing is, what do we do about this, the fear of losing employment? So if there are HR people here, if there are business people are here, you must see a larger picture. You may lose a job here, you may create a job elsewhere. People say, no, in my company I am losing people. In my company I am losing employees. So at that point of view, you must see the larger picture, think of diversification, think about new businesses, think about partnering with people, think about alternative employment these people. There are avenues possible, there are people still struggling with skills. India is a peculiar country, peculiar economy, where you have got great issue of the supply of people, not able to give them the proper employment. On the same day, you will come across industries, companies, employers asking for people, struggling to get the thing. So that means there is a question of skill gap, or there is an employability gap. I will bring a new point here, and call something called employability. You must create avenues for making people employable. Employable is not your curriculum marks. Employability is not about CGPA. Employability is not about testimonials. Employability is something beyond all this. When people are looking for new set of employees, whether it is in supply chain management, whether it is retail management, whether it is in pharma, whether in the counseling section, whether in agripreneurial section, all the education sector, on the new sectors, when they are looking for graduates or diploma holders or your engineers, they are looking for people with employability skill. And what is employability? I will take 1 minute and conclude. Employability is contextual sensitivity. That means what you know, can you do? What you know, can you do? Number two, commercial acumen. Do you have the skills to leverage the rupee that you invest or the dollar you invest? Number three, collaboration. Can you work with people of different likes? Gone are the days that only people from UP will work in one place, or people from Andhra will work in one place, or only graduates will work, only engineers will work, only of this age group will work, or only this place will work, or in this thought process work. Every day, everywhere, every time, you will have to work with people of different types. I call them unlikes. So that is something called the diversity, or we call it inclusion. Next is communication. Gone are those days when we were testing people on their English speaking ability. No, everybody speaks English. Now, from the school itself, we are so much IT savvy, we are so much television facilitated, we are so much newspaper facilitated, we are so much of community influence that everybody speaks good English. Now, speaking good English is not going to the edge. Now we'll see people who can create an impact while communicating. So that is the fourth thing. First I said contextual sensitivity. Second I said commercial acumen. Third I said collaboration or the inclusiveness. Fourth I said the one I said communication for impacting. And finally is it's not about learning. In the new age, in the automation, in the AI environment, in the fast environment, competing environment, people who learn fast, I call it creative learning, smart learning. People who can learn fast, people who learn creatively, people can learn smartly. These are the people who will be preferred in the organization. So think about these 5 kind of skills to get your people who get unemployed in one place, they can get employed else. Now my final thought for the business owners and the HR people. What will happen to the managers who are spending a lot of time in managing the operations? What will happen to them? Our supervisors, they are supervising. Now you will get AI, you have got automation, you have got analytics, all that will happen. What will you do? The jobs that you have been doing will either getting outsourced or getting automated. What will you do? So the answer comes, give them more jobs. Instead of giving one business, giving 2 business. Giving 1 geography, 2 geography. I said, that's not the answer. Let him do something else. Can I use a Hindi word? Hindi word? Yes, sir. Consider AI automation as yoga, an addition. Consider automation AI as a yoga, just an addition, an additional input to you, which relieves you from your time that you are using in repetitive transactional jobs. You know you got a time. Use that time for Sahyog, connect, relationship, culture building. Use that job. Use this yoga, save that time, create Sahyog in the organization. Leaders and managers should create culture, create connectivity, create relationship. That is very important in the new age. If you do that, automatically the result will be Sahyog. For some people, Raj Yoga. For some people, Lakshmi Yoga. So to conclude, all that I said is automation, AI, analytics, they have come here to stay. Let's not debate whether we need it or not. I mean, they will have to accept it. No debate. Number two I said is there is an element of cost for supervising, controlling, and managing the complexity. Take some people from the gig economy for doing those jobs. Next thing I said is, where is the question of cost of obsolescence? Go for such service-levered SLAs, such service providers who will take care of the cost of obsolescence, cost of change in the laws, cost of training, cost of upgradation, all that they will take care. And finally, what I said is, there are employment opportunities available. Don't brood. Don't be apologetic. Don't feel sorry that because of you somebody has lost job. Give them a path. Give them a direction that there are plenty of jobs available, provided you pick up those employability skills, those 5 skills. And finally, I said, all this is a good news for the managers and leaders. But bad news is, if you are sitting idle, the boss will give him 4 jobs, 5 jobs, same jobs. So instead of doing that, they must spend time on the connect. This conclusion is, use this in yoga, spend time on Sahyog, the result will be Sahyog, leading to Lakshmi Yoga and Raj Yoga. That's what I'll say. I mean, that's what I wanted to say in short in these few minutes. So thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to India's first corporate news channel. We invite interviews, articles, press releases from your organization. Visit our portal www.indianconventions.com. Thank you.